Noel Block. I live in Chaumont. Thank you for letting me speak, Mr.
Certainly.
I'm here to talk about the wind turbines, the issue. My wife and I moved up here in 2003 from New York City.
I could tell, by the way.
We didn't live on toy. Anyway, we moved here because the area is beautiful, people are friendly, and we just fell in love with it, and for us it was very affordable. We retired up here. When we first moved up, we considered getting our own personal wind turbine. It would be a wonderful way to reduce the carbon footprint, and upon investigation, I realized it would take at least 30 years to pay back, and it was very expensive, so we decided not to. Then when the issue of industrial turbines came up, we thought, this is the most wonderful thing. Some people consider them majestic in the background, and they clean air, and it wouldn't do any harm, it was all for the good. Unfortunately, what we've learned is that the cost per kilowatt hour is much more expensive for turbines. The cost of the units is deferred by federal and local tax dollars, which means that the citizens of Jefferson County and everywhere else are the ones who pay for that. And we have issues of setbacks, how far from residents, whether there's damage to the wildlife, the birds, the bats, how they affect human health. There are many issues. And when you speak to one side, they say one thing, the other side says the other thing. I have my opinions. But what I believe the solution is that there should be a federal bipartisan investigation with scientists, not only from the industry, who have a vested interest, but from the impartial scientists, and that they should do the investigation on whether they really do or do not reduce the carbon footprint, if they're cost effective, and all the other issues. And then to make up guidelines for the local communities, because the local communities cannot afford to do this type of investigation. And I think that would be the sanest way. Also, we have it in Chaumont, in Lyme, the town of Lyme and Cape Vincent. We have people sitting on town boards whose family and relatives and friends can benefit from this. And in many instances, they're refusing to recuse themselves from the voting on this, which I believe would be the ethical thing to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Again, I would say to you that my view is that we should be making this in large measure a local decision in terms of what will happen in local communities. In terms of getting information out, where people can make informed, intelligent decisions about what is available in terms of virtually any kind of technology. I think we do, one of the roles that the federal government should play is marshaling that information so that people can review it and make a determination as to what they believe is appropriate in their community. I don't disagree with that at all. And again, we go back to the issue of information being delivered to communities that is not complete and frequently not accurate. So I would support a proposal that would provide for a high level, if you will, 40,000-foot view of various technology approaches to determine whether or not they are in fact going to be beneficial as proposed. So I'm very comfortable with that, but I'm not comfortable with the idea that the federal government, or for that matter, in many cases the state government, would be in essence giving the blueprint that had to be followed. That I think is, in my view, somewhat problematic. I think we need to make sure you have information. The issues you addressed in terms of people acting and failing to recuse themselves, clearly that's an opportunity for the voters to take a position as it goes forward, and I suspect in some cases may be a basis for a legal challenge to get a decision.